Getting into real estate for the first time can be scary. It's definitely not a walk in the park with all the complicated German rules. That's for sure. And if you try to educate yourself about real estate in Germany on the internet, you will find a lot of people think they heard something that is true. Assumptions. Outdated information from a couple of years ago. Misconceptions. People having heard something from their neighbor's uncle who is supposedly a real estate expert. Myths. All kinds of stuff that is simply not true. There's just a lot of noise about real estate in Germany on the internet that might mislead you into doing something wrong. If you believe these myths, they might get you to buy real estate in Germany if you really shouldn't, or they might discourage you from taking action if real estate in Germany would actually be a really good fit for your personal financial strategy. And I don't want you to do a big money mistake, especially when it comes to real estate, and that's why we'll talk about the 5 biggest myths about real estate today that people share on the internet all the time.
Perfinex, Personal Finance for Expats.
What's up everyone? Welcome to a new real estate video from Perfinex, the #1 English-speaking and independent financial planner in Germany. Today, with the 4th video of our Real Estate in Germany series. If you missed the last 3 videos, check out the links in the description, because all these videos follow a certain logic and build on each other. And with this video, we will bring some more logic into German real estate. Some truths, some sense, reason. Because that's what we like to do on this channel anyway, right? That's why we put out tons of free information every single Friday for you guys. So if you want to support us in the easiest way possible with just one click, just hit the like button right now and let the YouTube algorithm know that this video is helpful to you. Helps us to educate more and more people. And now let's educate you with the top 5 real estate myths, starting with the smallest, coming to the biggest myth I hear people say all the time. You might not agree with my opinion, that's completely fine. If so, let me know in the comments. But let's keep it civil. We're all adults here. Give me just 30 seconds before we continue with the video. I'm currently planning my PhD that will revolutionize the German public pension for you expats. You pay in almost 20% of your salary but get out very little. We want to change this, so you can have a secure retirement. Please take 10 to 15 minutes and answer the easy questions in our survey. The more of you participate, the more we can pressure the German government to change our public pension system for the better. Links in the description. Thank you very much. Now back to the video. Real estate myth #1, you should time the market. Meaning, it might not be a good time to buy real estate in Germany right now, so better wait before you purchase. That kind of hits right in the bubble discussion we had in the last video of this Real Estate in Germany series. If you missed it, check the link in the description. Truth is, real estate prices in Germany increased a lot. But why? Because we came out of the biggest recession in our generation, interest rates dropped to 0, and the demand keeps increasing because we're simply not building enough. Now that doesn't mean real estate prices in Germany continue to rise in the way they did, because past performance is no guarantee for future results, right? Think I haven't said the sentence in a while? But not even the current economic downturn because of the pandemic managed to decrease real estate prices. As it seems right now, the price increase just slowed. But so far, there's no price decrease. In more than 94% of all German districts, real estate prices increased in 2020. So I'm not sure why anyone would try to time the real estate market. Waiting for more than 10 years now for a market bottom that never happened. Maybe it's because if you really manage to buy at the exact market bottom, whatever that means, you will get insanely rich. And that's true for real estate as it is for every other financial asset. Look at the top performing penny stocks, for example, and imagine you would have started your investing journey with €100. If you're really that good at finding market bottoms and you would have invested into these penny stocks right before they take off, you would be the richest person on this entire planet right now. Capital gains ignored, of course. As you can imagine, the odds are against you in getting one of the richest people in the world within a couple of weeks, and just €100 investment. And the same is true for real estate. You're most likely not hitting the market bottom anyway. even if it happens. And if you are sitting on the sidelines waiting to buy a property at the market bottom, again, whatever that's supposed to mean, a lot of other people are probably doing the same thing. And what is actually happening while you are waiting for the perfect opportunity? Real estate prices continue to increase. Last year by 9.6% after inflation if you believe Postbank. And you have your savings on a 0% bank account. Meaning every year that you are waiting can cost you a ton of money because the property you can afford gets smaller and smaller each year. Last year by 9.6% despite economic downturn and inflation. So stop looking at these short-term economic cycles and stop predicting future prices. Over the long term, none of this matters. Cash flow matters. That you are also missing out on while you're sitting on the sideline waiting to buy a property at the right time. You want to hold properties in Germany for 10 years anyway, because then you can sell them tax-free. But more about real estate taxes later in this Real Estate in Germany series. So, myth number 1, debunked. Real estate myth number 2, you need a lot of money to buy a property. Real estate in Germany is just for rich people. I've been working as a financial advisor for a little over 4 years now. And let's be honest with each other. Nobody of my clients was rich. Some were wealthy, but nobody was rich. And still, almost everyone who seriously wanted to buy a property here in Germany managed to do so. So if you also want to seriously buy a property for yourself as well, feel free to reach out. We're here to help. Look, the truth is, buying real estate in Germany with €0 in the bank is at least difficult and probably even impossible. Depends also on what kind of property you want to buy. But if you really have €0 in the bank right now, maybe our 5 alternatives to investing in real estate, get it? Will help you build up some savings before actually investing in the real deal. And you want some savings before investing in real estate. Because the better your financial situation, the better your financing conditions. And you'd rather buy with a lower interest rate than a higher interest rate, right? But more about how to save money for real estate financing, and how to get the best financing possible in step 3 of this Real Estate in Germany series. If you know how to use your money right, you can start with small sums of money. The absolute lowest you can go is having 5.5% of the property value in cash. That's 2% for the notary and 3.5% ground tax if you buy here in my new home state Bavaria or in my old home state Saxony. Maybe it's me actually. I mean, who's the constant here? Write me a comment when I should move to your home state, and maybe they'll decrease your ground tax also to 3.5% if I live there. 5.5% of additional purchasing costs is the lowest you can go if you don't need a real estate agent. And that's pretty good, right? Because if the bank finances 100% of the property value, that means for every euro you put in your real estate dream, an additional 18 euro are coming from the bank. That's pretty good. So myth number 2, that real estate is only for rich people, debunked. Real estate myth number 3, pay off your loan as fast as you can. You know my thinking if you're a regular viewer of our videos. There is no general right or wrong. But in the case of paying off your real estate loan as fast as you can, it feels generally wrong to me. I get it. You want to say,
I live in my own house and I own it outright. No bank payments anymore.
I understand. It's a very cool sentence to say, but it can also be a very expensive sentence to say. Here's why. We just determined a moment ago that for every euro you invest in your property, up to 18 euro can come from a bank when you finance. Let me repeat that. Up to 18 euro can come from a bank. That's the best case scenario for a real estate investor. I'm not saying that every bank in Germany will finance 100% of the property for you. This only works if you have a solid financial situation. And if you do, banks want about 1% interest rate, which is tax deductible as a real estate investor. So you actually have to pay only 0.6% interest rate per year. And if that's not free money, I don't know what is. And second reason to declare this myth, your property will appreciate in value, or decrease, but hopefully not, no matter how much you own of it. You might not believe this, but the German real estate market does not care how much of your property you own. If the bank owns 90% of the property, it will rise or fall the same way in value as if you would own 90% of the property. Knowing that we can get basically free money and that your property will rise in value either way, why, for f***'s sake, would we put more money into the property than we actually need to? Can anybody of you guys watching explain this to me? As long as you make good use of your money, like buying more properties or investing it somewhere else, you are much better off doing this than giving your hard-earned money to the bank. Why pay the bank more money voluntarily than they want you to pay? The only bad option I can think of is letting your money die on a 0% savings account. But if you do this, you'll probably miss our last video showing you the best savings accounts in the European Union. There you get 1.5% interest rate per year with virtually no risk. The wet dream of any real estate investor would be to never ever pay the bank, which is actually possible. We call this endowment mortgage. I'll explain you all the details in step 3 when we take care of financing your property. So, real estate myth number 3, Real estate myth number 4, rental income is passive income. We kind of touched this topic in this video already, where I told you that rental income is actually not passive at all. I mean, of course you don't have to work actively for rental income, but still, it is not completely passive. If you haven't bought a property in Germany before, you will most likely severely underestimate the work you're going to have. You have to find new tenants. Good ones, that is. Not random people from the street. Answer the phone if that tenant calls you on Saturday night telling you something broke. Manage the property with the other owners involved. Do an extended tax declaration. There's so much stuff you don't see in the beginning. Good news is that rental income can be real passive income if you set up a proper structure. If you have a professional property manager who takes care of all the operational stuff for you, who handles everything for you, finding new tenants, get craftspeople to repair stuff, manage your whole property, and all that for around 25 euros per month per apartment. Tax deductible, of course. Our property portraits, for example, come with this kind of service. Link to the playlist is in the description. Now, if you don't want to get help from a professional property manager, fine by me. You can waste your time in any way that you see fit. I'd certainly get one. When I buy a property, I'm an investor. I give some money and I want more money back. That's it. Nothing more. And for everyone that follows this strategy, real estate myth number 4, debunked. And last but certainly not least, the biggest real estate myth I hear quite often. Myth number 5, real estate is the best investment you can ever make. This is kind of an unpopular opinion with all these real estate coaches promising you to get rich tomorrow if you buy their stupid course. I understand, but go ahead. Buy any course you want. I wish you all the best. Let me know when you're rich. Here's how you can reach out on WhatsApp or book a free meeting with us. Ask yourself truly, how are you supposed to get rich quickly with real estate? If you really believe that, pay close attention now. Here's how real estate works. You ready? Let's say you buy a property here in Germany for 100k with the best case scenario, all financed by a bank. You don't pay anything, not even the additional purchasing costs. The notary, the state, and all the real estate agents, right? No, please don't them. Please pay them when they send you an invoice, okay? So you bought a property for plus 100k, financed by a bank with minus 100k, meaning you have 0, right? How are you supposed to get rich quickly here? The truth is, it will take a long time to make money with real estate because you're starting about 10% in the minus because of the additional purchasing costs. And betting on a huge price increase in just a couple of years is simply speculation, which is not that clever. Investing in real estate is a long-term strategy that requires you to pay off the bank and generate rental income in order for you to make a return. And that takes time. You know what takes time as well? This last explosion, because real estate myth number 5 is debunked. The next video of this Real Estate in Germany series will answer the question that we kind of left open right now. Can real estate make you rich? And if so, how do you do it? Stay tuned. See you next week, everybody.